Only a few hours remain before WrestleMania 41 kicks off, and still, Randy Orton's opponent hasn't been revealed. But on tonight's episode of SmackDown, something major just happened. Randy Orton's match is now officially confirmed. While the match graphics haven't been released yet, the announcement made by Randy Orton tonight has set the entire WWE universe buzzing. One thing is clear, the Viper is about to do something big and unexpected. In this video, we're going to break down the 5 most likely opponents who could step up against Randy Orton at WrestleMania 41. These are the top 5 names, and we believe Randy's opponent will be one of them. Of course, WWE could always throw a wild surprise, something totally out of the box. But all signs are pointing toward one of these 5. But before we get to the list, let's take a closer look at what Randy Orton said during his promo on SmackDown. Because what he said wasn't just words, it was a challenge to the entire WWE locker room. Randy didn't hold back. He said, "Ladies and gents, as of now, I do not have an opponent for WrestleMania 41. Now for the past few days my wife and we've been here Vegas, done the appearances, walked the strip, the hotel lobby, got to meet the WWE Universe. Thousands of you have approached me. I have seen it in your eyes. I have felt it in the air. There is an excitement for this year's WrestleMania like none other. My father was in the very first WrestleMania 20 years later. I debuted at the Garden. My father got to witness that debut. WrestleMania means something to me, but my legacy has a lot to do with my longevity. So there is no way in hell that I am sitting out this year's WrestleMania. If I compete this weekend, it will be the 20th time that I have competed at WrestleMania. This WrestleMania means so much to me. So I tell you what, this is what I'm gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna throw this out to the universe. I'm gonna let you decide, because I am gonna show up Sunday. Boots tied up, gear on, just the right amount of baby oil on my skin, and I'm gonna be lock-loaded and ready to deliver for you, the WWE Universe, because I'm not just doing this for myself, I am doing it for you. I am doing it for my family, I'm doing it for the boys in the back. But as far as the boys in the back are concerned, check it out. Anybody in the locker room wants to test their mettle, I dare them to step up. Anybody out on the strip, any one of you. If you own a pair of wrestling boots, hell if you just catch the wind, that Randy Orton the Legend Killer needs an opponent for WrestleMania 41. I challenge you to step up. I will be there Sunday, Allegiant Stadium, in the ring, ready to go. But know this, you will be met with, you will fall victim to the 3 most dangerous letters in all of sports entertainment, RKO. Now let's take a look, one by one, at the 5 potential wrestlers who could face Randy Orton at WrestleMania 41. Our countdown begins with number 5, Carmelo Hayes. Now, I know some of you might be tempted to skip the video after hearing Carmelo's name, but trust me, the real surprises are still ahead. We've placed Carmelo at number 5 because he won the 2025 Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal this year. So when Randy Orton walks into the ring in full gear to issue his open challenge, The Miz might push Carmelo to step up and accept. In that moment, Carmelo might say, "I'm this year's Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner, and I accept your challenge." And just like that, the match could be set. Now, maybe this match doesn't sound like a big deal to some fans. Maybe you think Carmelo isn't on the same level as Randy Orton, and you might be right. But you have to admit, Carmelo has the agility, the speed, and the high-flying skills to truly entertain the crowd. Just imagine this. Carmelo goes for a top rope move, flies through the air, and gets caught in an RKO out of nowhere. Now that's a WrestleMania moment fans would love. What do you think? Moving on to number 4, Solo Sikoa. Now don't skip the video after hearing this name either, because things are only going to get more exciting from here. You might be asking, why Solo Sikoa? Well, let me explain. Remember what happened on last week's SmackDown? Randy Orton was cutting a promo when Solo Sikoa interrupted him. That wasn't a random moment. WWE doesn't book things like that without a reason. Clearly, WWE has something planned for Solo Sikoa, and they've already planted the seed with that interruption. So if WWE can't finalize another opponent, Solo Sikoa might be the one who answers the open challenge. This could be why WWE hasn't announced anyone officially yet. They might have multiple options lined up. Now, let's talk about number 3, Rusev. Yes, Rusev has officially returned to WWE, but his in-ring return hasn't happened yet. WWE could have had him return on any regular show, but maybe they're saving him for something bigger. Perhaps they're holding off for the grand stage, WrestleMania itself. Since Randy Orton is throwing out an open challenge, Rusev could very well be the one to walk through those curtains and accept it. At number 2, we have Aleister Black. Yes, Aleister Black has also returned to WWE, and he could make his in-ring return at any moment. Given his dark, mysterious persona and heel energy, it's entirely possible that he shows up at WrestleMania as the villain to confront Randy Orton and accept the challenge. But before we get to number 1, I want to ask you a question. If WWE puts a returning superstar in this match, who do they let win? Do they let Randy Orton win and waste someone's big return? Or do they let Randy Orton lose and ruin the excitement of his open challenge? Tell us what you think in the comments. Now, let's talk about number 1, the most likely name, Nick Aldis. Yes, the highest chances are pointing towards Nick Aldis. Remember, Randy Orton has already hit Nick Aldis with 2 RKOs, and recently in a press conference, he even warned him about a third. So what might happen as Randy Orton stands in the ring, ready for his open challenge? Instead of a wrestler, Nick Aldis walks down to the ring and asks Randy to step aside and cancel the match. But Orton goes for another RKO, and this time, Nick Aldis counters it. In anger, Nick Aldis accepts the open challenge himself, and the match begins. In the end, Randy hits him with the third RKO during the match, pins him, and wins, giving us a perfect storyline where Orton's RKOs literally pull Nick Aldis into a WrestleMania match, and then end him with one final move. What a story that would be. So there you have it, 5 possible opponents for Randy Orton at WrestleMania 41. Now tell us in the comments, will it be one of these 5? Or does WWE have something completely different planned? Let's talk.